Okay, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy X HD Remastered. This is episode 34. So we just finished off the story of Final Fantasy X, and now we're going to be diving into the optional bosses and the side quests like we promised. Today we're actually going to do the optional Aeons. So the first one we're going to tackle is Anima. So let's go ahead and go to Zanarkand first. So we mentioned earlier that anima is unlocked by doing all the destruction spheres, and we did all of the main 6 Aeons and their destruction spheres, with the exception of Zanarkand. So let's go ahead and head into Zanarkand. So how this works is there's an image on the screen here, and we have to make sure that we have to hit the same exact spots again. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up the image. Okay, so we have to find the corresponding squares that we see on screen here, and we can see it in the map that I put up here. So we're going to go ahead and get all of them. There's 7 in total, so let's go ahead and head over to the other end. There's 4 in this room. We did the 3 in the other smaller room there. Alright, that makes 4. 5. And then we need 2 more. I believe there's one here. And then if I'm looking at the map right, there should be one on the other side. Avoid the center part, or this is what's going to happen. Kind of annoying, and let's say you go down by mistake, you'll have to start all over again. There you go, and that should release the last destruction sphere. A lot of people get stuck. I know myself, when the first time I played the game, I couldn't figure out why Anima wasn't being released, because I had done all the destruction spheres, and then I don't know why everything was not being released. So, and then I realized after I read a strategy guide that you actually have to do this over again and revisit Zanarkand one more time. There you go. Alright, so you go ahead and put it in the right side. And that should destroy the center console here. And there's our destruction chest. So that makes all 7 now. So let's go ahead and head towards where Anima is. So Anima is actually at Baj Temple. We went to Baj Temple when we got zapped away from Zanarkand in the beginning of the game, and we washed up on its shores. So let's go ahead and head to the Chamber of Faith where Anima is. But before that, we have to face a familiar foe from the past. It's the same fiend that tried to swallow us when we first got here into Baj. So it's payback time. This boss isn't particularly hard, but he does do some status effects, like turn you to stone that can shatter you instantly underwater. So you want to be careful there. You don't want to be one party down as soon as you walk into this battle. So do use some stone-proof armor here. Let's go ahead and descend into... The way to trigger his scene is you gotta go towards the gates of the temple, which is partially submerged. So there he is. So he's a pretty easy battle since we're pretty high level right now. And you can use a lot of elemental magic against him. So if you've stolen a lot of fire, thunder, and blizzard, ice gems, this guy should be pretty simple. Of course he is immune to every status effect in the book though. So there's that stone punch I was telling you about. Alright, Waka, go ahead and hit him. Okay. So he's almost dead here. Probably a few more hits and he should be out. So he's gonna... Oh, this is another attack where he just swallows one of your party members and then spits him back the next turn. And does some major damage, so be careful with that one. Use protection, protect if you can. So here it comes. So thank God Waka's got HP. Or high HP. And we're back to normal now. Done. Pretty easy fight, but it can turn messy real quick if you don't have the status protections, such as stone proof and poison proof and death proof, I guess. Because he does do a KO punch that can cause death sometimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and head into this temple here. So there's one other Aeon left after this, but in order to get it, we have to get anima first. Because in order to get the item that releases that Aeon, we need to defeat anima in a different contest, which we'll be seeing right after this. So what we gotta do here is we gotta light up each statue to show that we've got the destruction spheres from each corresponding temple. So that looks like Doge. So that's our Thunder, Ixion. The first two look like Ifrit and well, this is definitely Shiva. Ice. This has got to be Bahamut. And then last but not least... Oh, I think there's a treasure chest here. I may have gotten it already. And then this should be Valve 4. And that breaks the seal. So now we're gonna enter Anima's cave. Or Chamber of the Faith. So little fun fact, the faith of anima is actually Seymour's mother. We saw a clip of it in Xanarkand, where we see Seymour crying, and we see his mother saying, "Please use me as a faith. I don't have much time left." So what had happened was his mother was sick, and she basically begged Seymour to use her as a faith to become powerful enough so he would be respected, and so he would be able to win back his people, both human and Guado. Perhaps even defeat Sin. But the power that he got from his mother's faith actually poisoned his mind into craving more power, because he had tasted some power with his mother's Aeon powers. He had really thirsted for more and more power, which is why he became obsessed with Sin, the ultimate form of power in this world.
But I am at fault for letting him become what he was. He was always alone, half Guado, half man. I wanted to give him the strength to live by himself. And so I became a faith. But because I let him taste power, he began to thirst for more. He was not satisfied with my Aeon. He wanted more power.
So I guess it's like that saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Found Sin.
So we see that here with Seymour.
Yes. Come, summoner. I will bestow you with my power. The dark Aeon, anima. Destroy Sin and my son's obsession with it.
Will do.
Though it is small recompense for what I did to him.
So his mother really blames herself for what happened to Seymour. For how he turned out, rather. Okay. So let's head back. So we're gonna head to the other location of the other Aeon. It's a hidden temple within the Calmlands that we didn't visit on our way. We could have, but it would have been no good. I wanted to keep it after the story was done. The only way to get there is only accessible through Chocobo. So let's go ahead and grab a Chocobo from the Chocobo rider here. Or breeder. Trainer. All in one. So let's head there now. So you actually have to go back all the way to the entrance because of where we entered through Bavel, or well, Macalania, really. So let's go ahead and head towards it. So we saw this in Mihan already, where you basically hit the Chocobo feather and the Chocobo is able to do some special functions. So here we are in this little hidden area. So I believe we're going to Remiem Temple, I believe it's called. And it's a hidden area, I guess, long forgotten by the people. And it specializes in Chocobo. So that's why you see the Chocobo racetrack here. We're actually gonna get a key item here by beating the Chocobo. It's pretty easy. And there's also another key item that we need here. It's actually an Albed primer. It's in the back here. But let's go ahead and see this. Chocobos come to this forgotten temple to test each other's speed and skill. You who listening to this have been accepted as a true rider. It is Chocobo custom that one must have a rider to challenge the champion Chocobo that stands near this sphere. Mount the bridal Chocobo waiting on the opposite side of the temple. Once you are astride the challenger, the race will begin. Okay, so this is the champion chocobo right here, and there's our Albit primer. I believe we have 3 more left that we need to pick up after this. One is an Omega Ruin that we'll be looking for later on. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the Maggie Sisters first, and then at the end we'll do the chocobo race and get the key item that we need.
Welcome you. What is this place? Remiem, once a great religious center in the Calm Lands, lost after the battle.
And this is your home?
It's a long story. Easier perhaps to show.
You're dead too.
Unsent.
Don't send me just
A lot of them
yet.
are unsent.
There is still one thing left for me to do here. With the help I can give, a young summoner might just be able to defeat Sin. Well, you know, I challenge you. If you cannot beat me, you'll never beat Sin. Very well. Now, are you ready?
I guess we'll start with Valfor.
Choose your Aeon.
So it's Aeon battles again, and we have to defeat every single Aeon that we've received until basically she gives us the items that we need. I believe we already got one part of this, which is the Blossom Crown. I'll go more in depth to that later on, but we got it from the monster arena, and we'll talk about that soon. I want to do a separate video for the monster arena, but it's called the Blossom Crown, and we got it from there. I'll go more in depth into how to get it, but we have that item already, and now we're gonna get the second item that we need, which is the Flower Spectre. So this battle's pretty easy. Valfor doesn't have a lot of HP. 2 overdrives that cause 9999 damage will basically finish Valfor off. In fact, I think one more attack here should take Valfor out. Oh, he's using his overdrive. Shouldn't be a problem though, it shouldn't do that much damage, we should survive it easily. There we go, Diamond Dust. Awesome.
Stop.
Alright, next up is Ifrit.
Ah, you have.
She should
Take
give us
this.
some items here. Oh, okay, so we got the Aeon Soul. So Aeon Soul is basically you can change attributes, boost their HP, attack, strength by using up strength and power spheres, which we won't need once we max out the grid of the characters, so we won't really need those spheres anymore, so we can start using them on the Aeons after.
Very well. Now.
So this shouldn't be hard. If you want to make this easier on yourself, go ahead and use Shiva against Ifrit, since Ifrit is fire and Shiva uses mostly blizzard or ice attacks.
Choose your Aeon.
We're gonna go ahead and use Bahamut. There he is. One more of those attacks and Ifrit should be down. This should be it. That's it. Ifrit's down.
Stop. That is enough. Ah, you have made some progress. And for that, I am glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
So next up is Ixion, which we got at Doge. So he's the Thunder Aeon. He's pretty nimble, so he might outturn you in the battle. So just be cognizant of that. You could probably use Shiva to really counter that. Shiva can definitely keep up with his agility.
Choose your Aeon.
But we're gonna use Anima instead. So this is the first appearance of Anima since we got him from Baj Temple. The Dark Aeon Anima. Now you can figure out who the lady on the chain is. It's actually Seymour's mother. You could see her right there on the tag. I guess life-size version of her right around his neck. So his physical attacks are pretty devastating, so just keep using that. The pain attack can cause insta-death, but Aeons are death-proof. They're immune to that, so we'll just keep using his normal attack until we take Ixion out. Oh, time for Oblivion, his overdrive. Or as I like to call it when I was a kid, Oblivision.
Stop. That isn't... Ah, you have made... Take this.
Alright, up next we have, I believe it's Shiva.
Very well. Now.
There she is. Coming down in the veil.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
We're actually gonna go with Valfor here. So we taught Valfor some new abilities using the Aeon Soul. I'm gonna start off with the Energy Blast. I'm gonna start using his attributes or his abilities right after this. 999. So they would do a lot more damage, but I want to keep this a little more challenging by capping off their attack at 999. Otherwise, these battles would be a piece of cake if once I had the Celestial Weapons a little powered up. Each corresponding Aeon is corresponding to its character. Let's go ahead and heal. use the haste so then we can match Shiva's speed here. Almost down for the count. And that should do it. That takes care of Shiva. Most of these Aeons, if you can get 2 overdrives in with 999 damage, there you should be able to take them out easily.
Ah, you have... Take this.
Those will come in handy. Alright, so next up is Bahamut. So this is not going to be an easy one. We're going to go ahead and use Ifrit here.
Are you ready?
Ifrit's pretty good since he can recover his own HP with fire casting on himself.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
I believe we have an overdrive already with him. So let's go ahead and use him now. I'm going to use either Yojimbo or Ixion for anima. Start off with the Hellfire right off the back. Again, it's the same concept here. You can take, if you can do 2 overdrives on any enemy, they should be able to fall easily. Couple more attacks and you should be out. Okay, looks like he's almost dead here. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of fire to recover myself first, and then go from there. Just in case he attacks. We don't want to get wiped out for no reason. We should be able to do our overdrive now. Next turn, we got him. Hellfire. That's it for Bahamut.
Stop. Ah, you have... Take this. Well, Yuna.
So next up,
Very well.
Yojimbo.
Now.
So Yojimbo, we're gonna use Ixion. Should be a pretty easy battle.
Choose your Aeon weapon.
Alright, so that's one. We need one more overdrive on him and we should be able to take him out easily. Yojimbo's not too tough. At least not yet. We have a lot of MP, so we can just go ahead and keep spamming it with Thundaras. There we go. Now we got him hunched over. That means he's almost dead. And we can use our Thor's hammer after this. Here it comes. Oh, still standing, huh? That's okay. We'll get you next turn. Ooh, this is gonna be close. Thought for a second there he had us. Take him out. That's it. That's the end of Yojimbo.
Stop. That is enough. Ah, you have made some progress. And for that, I am glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
So shadow gems are demi if we use them. They can come in handy with some fiends, such as the big worms that we encountered in Bicano. It can really cut down their HP
Very well.
to a decent amount if you're a low level. So this is anima. He can be quite difficult if you're not leveled high enough. So let's go ahead and use Yojimbo here actually. So Yojimbo works a different way than all the other Aeons. Yojimbo, you actually have to pay for his services, and if he doesn't like your payment, he's gonna leave, dismiss himself. But he's also an Aeon that if he really likes how much you're paying him, he will use his overdrive, regardless of if he has an overdrive gauge or not. Which we'll see in a moment, how to trigger his overdrive. So his overdrive is really overpowered. It can basically defeat any enemy in the game with one shot, no matter who it is, even penance. So the way to trigger it, or the way I usually play Yojimbo, is I start off with about 500, and then I keep doubling every time he asks for a payment. This way you're more likely to trigger his Amato when you pay him. So let's go ahead and start off with 500. And we've got a good amount of gil, so we're okay here. So that's his base attack. Had you given him something lower, he probably would have used Daigoro. And now we're gonna give him 1,000. And each time we're gonna keep doubling his salary. As you can see, he did a lot more damage when we doubled his money. 2,000 this time. In the next turn, we're going to give him 4,000. Now 8,000. So you saw the head nod right there. That means he's about to use his Zamato. So Zamato is his ultimate move. Basically, it's an insta-kill. We're about to see it in action here. Fun fact, when he uses this move, later on when we encounter the Dark Aeons in the dark version of Yojimbo, you'll notice that the silhouette in the sword is actually of normal Yojimbo and not of the dark Yojimbo. But when normal Yojimbo uses it, you see the reflection of the normal Yojimbo. Great.
You have made. Take this.
So before we continue, let's go ahead and get the hidden Aeons. So welcome to the Magus Sisters. We just used the Blossom Crown there, and then we're going to use this Flower Spectre that we just got from Billamine. And let's go ahead and meet the Magus Sisters here. So the Magus Sisters are similar to Yojimbo, where they don't follow the conventional Aeon battling system. They basically have their own set of commands, where it's like do as you say, help each other. You know, it's very random. But there's 3 of them, so they're really OP when you use them in battle. And then their overdrive Delta Force is also very useful.
Why couldn't we see to stop the draining? Why did we stay on in Spira? We had forgotten for so long. We had forgotten to move forward. We had forgotten to change.
Okay, let's take on the Magus Sisters now.
Very well. Now.
So here they come. Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy. The Magus Sisters. Really strong Aeon.
Choose your aim.
I'm gonna go ahead and use anima here. They're a little difficult. So the strategy here is you want to take Cindy out the far left first. She's their support, and if you can take her out, you can basically take out everybody. So I'm gonna start focusing on her until we get an overdrive gauge, because they can basically turn you out. They'll just, basically what I meant by that was they'll have a lot more turns than you do. So you want to make sure that you're, you know, getting them before they get you. So now we have overdrive gauge. We're going to use Oblavision after this. Yes, I did say Oblavision. There it is. And that should take care of 2 out of 3 at least. There we go. The danger one is out. He took us out, but that's okay. We can definitely summon another Aeon before he kills, before he, I guess, Cindy takes out our Yuna here. Oh, we got lucky. Go ahead and bring Bahamut in. And this should do it. There, she's down for the count.
Stop. That is enough. Ah, you have made some progress. And for that, I am glad. Take this.
Thank you.
You have already surpassed your father. There is nothing. My work here on Spira is done.
Send her.
Yes.
It is in your hands. Destroy.
Okay. So we just completed the Magus Sisters. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, so I'm going to call it an episode there. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Help the channel grow. See you soon.